Good morning, change makers. Welcome to our first Inspired to Change vlog. This morning we have with us A. Raphael Johnson, Jimneen Manuel, and myself, Nora Murphy Johnson. So since this is our very first one and what we're going to be talking about a lot on these vlogs is creative evaluation and engagement, we want to tell you a little bit about what it is and why we think it's important. Creative evaluation and engagement is inspired by Michael Quinn Patton's first creative evaluation book written in the early 1980s. And Andy and I have been building upon it in our practice over the last few years together, but also in our separate professional lives and the things that we did before we came to creative evaluation and engagement. So for those of you who are new to it, creative evaluation and engagement is a framework for evaluation that brings together utilization-focused evaluation, developmental evaluation, principles-focused evaluation, and arts-based methodologies.
I guess I would say that traditional research and evaluation for me, in some ways, I felt like was an energy drain from me, because there's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of in the work we do. There's a lot of trauma and hurt, and so when you're just trying to keep that neutral, objective persona, it feels like there's a lot of taking without any giving back, and that's energy draining for me. But this approach is a lot more giving. So it creates energy in the room, and it creates healing, in my opinion. So when you go to actually do an evaluation using this method, you feel like you can give as well as take, and it's a partnership in that. So that gives me energy and makes me want to continue with this work.
Andy, what draws you to creative evaluation and engagement as an approach?
I would say that there is, how would I put it? There are so many ways of understanding human experience. And, I really deeply feel that the arts have developed as the way we understand ourselves over thousands of years. It's not a new concept. And in many ways, human beings are hardwired to make art. And, certainly when I was even in high school, I think, and definitely in college, one of the things that separates humans from everything else that lives is that we make art. And it's part of the definition of being human is to storytelling, painting, making music, drama, poetry, like all of these forms of art. It's really, it's not just part of who we are. In many ways, it is who we are. And so I don't feel that people can be fully understood without understanding their art and what gets them to make their art, and what emotions and values they put into art. What I've found in looking into other methodologies is that they explain other things, but they often miss sort of the heart of the human experience. And so I would say that we really need a sort of, what's the word Michael Quinn Patton used, bricolage, like a bricolage approach, something beyond mixed methods, where we're really only talking about quantitative and qualitative methods, but something where we look at human experience, and instead of saying, how do the lives of people fit into these paradigms I've already picked, we look at people and say, okay, if this is what's happening, what ways of understanding best fit what they're doing? It's probably their own way. But if we need to explain that to someone outside of the group, is that better with art? Is that better with numbers? Is that better with interviews? Is it better with storytelling, television? I mean, there are a lot of ways of explaining that. So what I like about creative evaluation and engagement is that we're not fixed on any, standard approach when we start talking to people. We're always just trying to meet people where they are, trying to understand them, and really adaptable to whatever they're doing and whatever the circumstances are.
And I think what draws me to it, it builds off of what both of you said. The first is that I have training in research methods with my master's degree in evaluation studies with my PhD. And when I came out of those programs, I realized that no one had ever asked me to understand in an evaluation the things that are most important. That inner drive that comes from a place of purpose or spirituality or faith, love, the role that love and relationships play in our lives. And I realized, how in the world have I ever tried to understand the impact of a program without looking at the inner human experience and what drives us and the role that being seen and loved and heard played in the success or not of a program? So what I like about creative evaluation engagement, like you said, Andy, it puts the human experience at the center. To your point, Janine, it is not evaluation for the sake of improving programs. It's evaluation for the sake of working towards a more whole, beautiful, and just world. And so that's a piece that I always found missing from evaluation. It's like a good evaluation was judged by the extent to which it could improve a program. Programs will not change our world. Programs are not what help people. People help people. And sometimes people connect with each other through programs, but the program isn't the point. The people and their human experience is. So I like that creative evaluation engagement has a specific purpose that is larger than any one program. And I like that we can apply it in all of these different settings with people who have the same goal, because we have our guiding principles. And again, our guiding principles, while they apply to evaluation, are really aimed at supporting a particular kind of human experience. So people should both be able to be and become. We all have things to learn and unlearn. We all have ways we need to disrupt or be disrupted to liberate. And we all are reaching into our past and pulling what's useful into our present and our future, so that we can be the most powerful people we can at this position in time and space that we occupy. So I think what we've been talking about here with this idea of human experience and purpose and the kind of world we want to see is what sets apart creative evaluation engagement from other frameworks. It draws on frameworks with a lot of publications behind them, like arts-based methods, like developmental evaluation, like principles-focused evaluation, but it puts those things together in a particular way for a particular purpose. So this is why we talk about creative evaluation engagement not being an evaluation approach for evaluators, but for change makers. I really think that anyone who is on a learning journey and wants to do work towards a more whole, beautiful, and just world and learn as they go, since none of us has the roadmap to that kind of world. So if we want to learn as we go, this is a learning framework. that you can have in your pocket to pull out, that you can use to interface and collaborate with other people. All right, thank you, A. Raphael Johnson. Thank you, Janine. And thank you to all the change makers for watching this. Leave a comment below and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss our next video installment. All right, have a great day. Bye.